You guys think you're ready for the intro? Are you ready? Are you trying to get your camera to do confetti? Oh, right. Hello, grease balls. And welcome to the Grease, where we overanalyze an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, The Roast. I'm your host, Princess Capella, joined today by none other than Joshita.
Hi, my thermometer has popped and the roast has finished.
Well, how are you, Joshita?
I'm good. We're back into like the swing of busy season at work, and again, I'm the only employee again. So
we are also in the busy season at my work. That's interesting that we have like the same busy season in two different industries.
Lucky fucking there.
Last week's Betsy Johnson tribute, Jules Sparkles took the win, and Lydia Butthole Collins won the lip sync for your life in a legendary performance against Corey King.
Yes, the harrowing star-crossed lover lip sync with the bonus kiss makeout moment, which we all were waiting for, right?
Yes.
But I think it was very fair that Lydia, Miss Butthole, ended up staying. I was happy she did.
Yeah, me too. I think Corey kind of showed what she was going to show, although I do think she probably would have done fairly well in the roast.
I think we'll see Corey back again for All Stars, but I think, like, I really appreciate just, like, Lydia's kind of, like, disposition. She never does, like, too much, and, like, even after Corey got sent home, Lydia was never like, boo-hoo, I'm gonna like make a big deal out of this. She was like, okay, I have to move on. Corey's gone. I don't have anything to distract me. Let's like continue on. And I was just like, you know what? For a little twink that I could break with like a breath, I like you.
Knock him over. Joshita, are you sitting there clicking that fucking pen?
No, I'm holding a dime now.
Okay. So Lydia and Lana need to get a win to stay relevant in this competition, with Lexi very close on their heels since she hasn't won an episode since the talent show.
Annoying to me. Like, I totally get the mindset of like, okay, I already have this win, and like usually after you get a win you have to have some kind of like more momentum, and I get like her worry about that, but like Lexi has some other type of level of what is happening to her.
It's obvious that the inner saboteur is hard at work in Lexi, but she's been high in several challenges, but she has been low too. So I do think we definitely need to see one of those three come forward with a win soon.
Yeah,
Lexi's
for sure.
inner saboteur clocked in this episode. Working
100%
overtime
from the beginning into the end. And like even at the beginning, like she was like, oh, I really don't want my energy and how I feel to take away from you, but also I'm gonna try to take away from you. And it was just like, what is the whole like, if you don't want to take away from her, why are you even bringing it up? Like, why don't you just shut the fuck up?
Yeah, choices.
And then I also think that Lydia telling Sam that her outfit could have replaced her in the bottom was wild.
That was crazy.
Like, what are you talking about?
Sam's outfit last episode was immaculate.
It was so good, and it was so on brand and par for like the runway. Like, Miss Butthole was out of line.
Miss Butthole, that was too far.
That was too far.
All right. The Badunkadunk tank is brought back for a brief appearance. Excuse me. And every single queen gets to take a dip, giving us those. You remember the ANTM episodes where they're like in the fish tank and they have to take pictures or whatever? It was giving me that.
This was such a dumb thing, to be honest. Like, I was like, what is the whole point of this? And they were like, maybe they had like they paid for 2 weeks and they really wanted to like get that last use out of it and just dunk everybody.
Sam's outfit was actually mediocre. First Mate K, you are gonna get banned. So our main challenge is the villains roast with Mistress Isabel Brooks, Plain Jane, and Candy Muse. We need a villains all-star season so badly.
100%. First, I want to start off with who would win that villain season of All Stars.
Well, it depends on who's there, and if we consider Bianca Del Rio to be a villain.
That's very fair. That's a very good point.
For the roast, okay. So Lexi starts off immediately saying, when Jules is making the order of the roast, that she wants to go last, and this is important for the storyline of the episode. So, but here's my thing. In Jules's position, I don't know if I would even ask anybody where they want to go.
Right.
Because you're just inviting it.
But the thing is like, how was she to know that people were going to react the way that they do?
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, usually, like, at this point where we're at with Drag Race, like, we've seen so many roasts. Like, it's not guaranteed every season to have a roast, but, like, they're recent modern Drag Race, they're almost every season.
Yes.
And we see every season people get kind of miffed off about what running order of it all is. And that they don't want to be in the place that they were placed in, and they get in their own head, and it's literally like a trope on the show at this point. And it's so funny to me that these queens who are on the show in 2025 on season 17 running headfirst into these tropes and just falling for it and just being that stupid. I'm just like, what is going on?
It did become very, very exaggerated. And what you're saying, first mate Kate, help me, first mate Kate. We have talked about in the reads before that we don't think that the placement in the roast is really that big of a deal. And I think it's become fully a like blame it on the edit type thing, like a type of an excuse. So it's like, if you do badly, you're like, oh, well, I went after Joshita, so of course I was going to look bad because Joshita went up there and did amazing. But in reality, like, you don't necessarily want the person in front of you to bomb. Because then you have to bring the crowd back up because they're at zero.
Literally. I have that. I literally wrote that in my notes because, like, you run out of gas when you're with somebody who's terrible, and then you need like some effervescence and more power and stage presence and something like that. So it's just so petty.
And then we have this like session, this workshop session with Whitney Cummings, which, why is she there? Why is this woman there? She's like a JRE podcast Andy, and her next role is going to be on Botched with the plastic surgery mama.
I don't know who the fuck she was, to be honest.
She's on the fucking Joe Rogan podcast. She's like a conservative. She doesn't like trans people. Like, why? Like, who is doing the research for this episode, and why the fuck is she there?
Yeah, what the fuck? Wait, why did I not know that? Why did I not see that on
She's
Reddit
bad. Outside of this person being on my television, what I found strange about this workshop was that none of the jokes that were worked on were shown on the main stage. And I am like, so were they just cutting out, like, did they just cut that out because we'd seen them in the workshop or what? But this was where Arietti got her bright idea to steal Jules's jokes.
Yeah, literally, she was talking about how when she was talking to Jules about the whole situation, she was like, well, I would never do that to my friend. And I just wouldn't do that to a sister. It's not something I would do. But then she turns around and goes and does something arguably way worse.
Way worse.
Because you have to go. Like, you have to take your turn in the row, so you have to be put somewhere. And, like, Jules had to make the decision. Like, she was put in a corner to make a decision. And Arietti didn't have to fucking do that. She did something worse than what she said she would never do. I feel like she had to do that because she knew she was going to be the worst regardless of what fucking happened. Whatever she stole, she's the worst out of everybody anyways. So, like...
Exactly. It was bad. It was a bad choice, and it did not work out for her. Our first contestant is Anya Nerve. You see, we have some lovely still images here. It's great, right? So this is
Yes.
our new gay TV slideshow, anti-copyright edition.
We love that. Just auto slideshow.
Yes.
I love Anya. I think she has like some of the absolute best like stage presence and charisma that we've seen in a while. So I always am gonna enjoy whatever she does, especially when she does like off the cuff shit. I just think she's even better. It wasn't like incredibly strong in terms of like, oh my god, I love this roast set. Like this is the best one I've ever seen. But I still really like what happened to her earrings too during the whole thing. Did you notice that?
Does she lose her earrings?
So like when I was watching it, by the end of it, one earring is gone completely, and the other one is just hanging by like a piece of her hair.
It very much met my expectations. I just wish that we could have seen more. It seems like a couple of the queens were cut really short to kind of make room for all the drama that was happening in this episode.
Yes.
Some of her big jokes that we saw in the workshop didn't make it into the final edit. And that's why I had her kind of high B, low A tier for.
I am right there with you. I think, oh, excuse me.
Wow, I didn't know we were boring you.
I think I'm happy with high B.
Okay. So we will put Anya Nerve in But Is It Fashion for now.
Oh, and her joke, she was introducing Ariadne and said she had the comedic timing of a cancer diagnosis.
That was crazy. That was so rude. I love it. Anya reading Susie at the table. Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh my god. I wish Anya was like in most of all of the episodes. Like every single episode had just a whole bit.
Okay, so Anya's short shorts look.
Booty ass. I hate it.
I think the pussy strap like needed to be thinner.
There was like no good shape to it or anything like that. This is like really, really borderline gross territory for me. And I love Anya so much, but I think I'm gonna gross it.
Jesus.
Okay.
Gross.
I am nuging this. I think the top I like, and then everything else is just really, the titty thing when the titty zipped down, that looked nice, but the rest of it is just kind of whelmed. Legendary cringe icon Ariadne. What did you think of this roast performance?
Oh my god. I wanted to cue the sniper from the get-go. It was terrible. I literally fast forwarded through it the second time I watched it. Like I can't say it any better than Sam did with the starving dog analogy.
Truly.
And when Mistress was like, go learn the music, baby, I was like, that was the best part of her roast.
I had to force myself to watch it all the way through the second time because it was like, I was like this, like, just like trying to hide and like get away from it. It was so bad. And then on top of it, she steals the fucking jokes and then doesn't present them well. So it's like,
yes.
It's just like, why did you do that?
Karma is really a bitch, though.
I know. It was like not worth it anyways because she knew she was going to be the worst out of everybody.
Regardless. And in this fandom, with the fans of this show doing something like that, you just killed your career.
Like, see you later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will see Ariadne on an All Stars just because of this moment and this gag. But in the meantime, honey,
bye.
This was a rigor mortis.
Yeah, rigor mortis all the way. This was hard to watch.
We're on season 17. We had a decent handful of roasts now. I just like really don't want this to have set some kind of precedent that it's okay to like be stealing somebody's jokes. And I love the villain. I love the evil girls, but this is like, to be the villain, you have to like give cunt. And this did not give cunt. Okay.
Yes, but there was another instance of joke stealing that we saw on Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah, it was UK versus the World 2, Eureka and Cheryl
Oh
Holt.
my God, you are right.
The Rolodex.
I forgot about that. Wait, that wasn't UK versus the world. That was Canada versus the
Canada
world.
versus the world. Sorry, too.
Okay, Arietti's short shorts look.
So I do like this. I just feel like there's something missing from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan of the shirt portion
Right.
of it.
I can't tell. Is it's supposed to be nude? Because it almost looks like there's painting on the breasticle area.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was all supposed to be, but it looks like it was just kind of like the gold parts were part of a costume, and then like she threw it all together with her things. I don't know. It was just like strange, but I do like it. It's a pretty cool looking look, and I'll give it a light grease.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about it. I think it's like too constraining on the shoulders. It's just making her look like really
Like
hunched
Gabby
in,
on
and
the
then
Critters.
yes. And the bodysuit thing is just like the colors of it is throwing me off. I don't like
Yeah.
it, and I'm nooching it. All right, that brings us to Jules Sparkle's roast performance.
Honestly, I thought Jules was like kind of like upper mid, in my opinion. Like she did a passable job, and then like also she had her joke stolen, so she had to really try to fucking like regroup and come up with something else and try to like either put those jokes at the end and try to replace them in her mind beforehand, or you know what, come up with her plan.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I respect her way more for literally not saying anything to anybody, because bitch, I would have been screaming from the rooftops that those were my jokes and she took them and
Yep.
she's a cheating, dirty, nasty bitch.
Marita cabrona.
So it just really speaks to Jules' character that she just tried to rise above it. I think she should have been safe regardless. I didn't think there was anything really bad with her performance, and I'm thinking like, but is it fashion? Like lower end, but still, but is it fashion?
My whole set would have just been Arietti is such a broke ass bitch that she stole my jokes. You know, like that would have been my whole thing. I'd just been like, Arietti's a rotten whore. Like literally, my whole set would have just been Arietti, fuck you. That is it.
Yes, and then don't even roast anybody else and walk off.
I would just like walk off in tears. I would be shook. So, I mean, she definitely deserves props for handling it the way that she did and for like not being petty about it, because that would have been easy. And honestly, I think she probably should have been a little bit petty about it. But it wasn't an amazing performance. It did, you could tell it got to her. So I did have Jules in Cut Your Wigs Up. So, okay, we can split the difference and we'll put her at the bottom of But Is It Fashion?
Yeah, I feel like I can go. Yeah, I'm cool with either.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you said you had some thoughts and feelings and prayers about Jules Sparkles' look.
I have some discourse prepared.
I'm ready.
So, I need some additions to it. So, she walks out in this look, and immediately Michelle goes, "Oh, Michelle, wow, Michelle,
Marie Antoinette.
Michelle Antoinette." And she goes, "Oh, Marie Antoinette, I'm so fucking excited, so disappointed, whatever." Is this a Marie Antoinette look?
I actually don't think so.
I don't know. Isn't it? What is that genre of look called? It's like a
It's like a French bloomer type shit. I don't know.
It's a
coquette.
What is that word?
Coquetry. Rococo. Oh, Rococo.
That's it. That's what I was thinking of. I'm not like really that into fashion, but like, it's like not necessarily a Marie Antoinette reference, right?
Yeah, I mean the wig, and even like honestly, just the shape of it is not Marie Antoinette, just because it's bloomers.
The hair on this bitch, I live for it. Especially when it started moving around, it was like bouncing and like flying around. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna grease this.
You're crazy. But okay. Also, hi Drew. Welcome to stream. Good to see you. Yeah. I think it's too big. You know,
What do you
like
mean? Like it doesn't fit her?
yeah, like it's not necessarily doesn't fit her because it does, but it's like the hair is really big and goofy, and then the shoulders are really big and goofy, and then the bloomers are also really, really big, and she's so small. And I feel like I just keep having this same complaint with Jules where, I mean, I love that she is like so draggy and she will go there, but a lot of times I feel like things swallow her up because she's so small. Maybe she like if she could just put on a titty,
I
maybe
feel
that would
like that's
balance it.
Butthole's problem.
Yeah, that is definitely her problem. And actually I didn't like the hair that much because it was too bubbly.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I did
Fuck you.
I did still give this a grease.
I still give it a grease, but I fucking hate it, and it's the worst one I've seen all day.
Lana Geray's roast performance. This was, well, was it the most surprising of the night? It was definitely surprising.
It was very surprising to me. And it was a pleasant surprise.
It is Poop on Your Tits Tuesday.
Tit Poop Tuesday. First of all, I just want to say Lana looks fucking amazing in this look. She looks so good. And yes, again, it was one of the more surprising. Yeah, that's the real tea. Who wrote the jokes for Lana? It was one of the more surprising performances of the night. She had some really, really great jokes, and she was, you know, when she told Plain Jane to shut the fuck up,
That was
and
good.
all the white jokes, like she really had like punchline after punchline after punchline, and it was like,
Sister, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Actually, I don't give a fuck.
she had the rhythm for sure. I thought she did a really good job, and I would put her in like,
But is
it fashion? All right,
All
mama.
right.
Territory.
At this point in the roast, though, like the fat jokes are tired. Like I am over it. Jesus Christ. Can we move on from the fat jokes?
Right. It's
There's so
boring.
much more we can make fun of Mistress for, like being inbred from Texas. We don't have to just
Inbred from Texas and being a really fucking bitchy mean girl.
yeah. And I love her for that.
Yes.
I actually had Lana in
All
All Right Mama.
Okay, I agree.
All Right Mama for you.
All right, mama.
Hey, Mama.
All right.
I was talking to First Mate Kate before stream, and I said poop on my tits, and she was like, "You and Joshita are still saying that? It's been like 3 weeks." Like, poop on my tits is forever.
First Mate Kate, who the fuck are you? You're not new. What are you questioning this for? Candy's voice. What about Candy's voice?
She talks like a fucking yeah.
Lanta.
Lanta's short shorts look.
I don't think she should have done this. I really don't. I like that it's a reference, but pick a different one.
Yeah.
It's just not draggy, polishy enough. I think she sold it pretty well, but it just still wasn't enough.
It was cute.
I think it was cute. I'm gonna give it a light grease, but I don't. It was a bad choice.
Yeah. I don't know
Like
necessarily.
Senate twink.
What is a Senate twink?
Ah! You know what the Senate twink? I'm not gonna talk about.
Okay, that's fucked
I'll
up.
send it to you. I'll
You
send
better
you some
text me
info.
that.
We will.
I don't know what she could have done to it to make it a main stage look. And we've seen more like pedestrian, I'll say, looks that have totally slayed the runway. Like, remember, we just saw
A different
Lavoie's.
outfit.
Wow. We just saw Lavoie do the Princess Diana look where she's in her tennis shoes with the leggings and stuff. But she also had a bucket of water dumped on her. Like,
Yeah.
there was nothing, specific about this other than it was like a cute reference. So
This should have been the second portion of a reveal.
yeah.
she could have done like a very iconic Naomi Campbell big like dress or coat look, and then
Reveal to
come
that.
down, reveal to that, and pump
Yeah.
it. That would have been okay.
And then like pulled the hat
listen,
out and put it on.
come on, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That would have been the tea.
That would have been you. You might win this week, actually.
I'm changing the world by being a naturally beautiful Republican. Oh my God. First mate Kate, you cannot say shit like that. Speaking of Republicans, okay, I know Sam Starr's not actually Republican. She did actually like say on Instagram,
Yes.
please stop calling me Republican.
Please fuck off with all of it.
So, but Shamshar, how did we feel about Sam?
I thought she did a good job. I didn't really have like a lot of like optimism for her set, and I think she did great. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I think she did a great job, and she had a really good energy and a good flow, and like her jokes were funny. The bless your heart disease was good. Literally when she got up there and like her kind of off the cuff my old time family friend, like that was one of the funnier jokes, and it was definitely not something she wrote down.
Right.
I really am really liking Sam more and more every week, and I think All Right is a fair category for her.
I do agree that they cut a lot of it because they didn't show her like crypto joke that she did in the workshop. Like that was really funny. I wanted to see more of her set.
It was really the shortest one.
It was. She literally had 3 jokes and that was it. I think her and Anya were the shortest.
It was quick.
It was weird. Her delivery was great, and she just has that like such a pageanty air about her, and she has that big smile, and that works I think really well for a roast, because if you can say something absolutely rotted and then have this beauty queen pageant smile afterwards, it's a killer combination.
Enormous. Come on.
And
yeah, Sam, I really didn't think I was gonna like Sam at the beginning of this season at all.
I don't think we did like her at all this beginning of the season. I also had Sam in All Right Mama.
All right. I think I read somebody was on the treadmill. Don't fall. I was literally just telling Princess earlier before stream about how I fell off yesterday off the treadmill.
Yeah, you've got to be careful on those walking pads. They're so narrow, and one wrong move.
I'll send you flying. I ain't got the knees for a fall like that.
No, oh my God. When I fell jump roping, I'm like never going to recover from that. Okay, do we think Sam did better than Lana?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Shamstar.
Shamstar.
All right, Sam's shorts look.
I have a tough time with this one. It's polished and it's good. Do I like it? Absolutely not. Absolutely 100% not my taste. I don't like the shape of that hair. It's like mushrooming. We usually like kind of a mushroom, but not in this case. And it also was like weirdly like half stiff when it was like folded over. I think Sam's very polished. This was just not my style. I will still grease it though, because I recognize that it was a good look.
Right. I also respect that this is really well done, and it definitely deserves a grease, but I personally don't like it.
Why are the shorts so long?
Yeah, it's a shorts runway, and I'm seeing this much of the thigh.
Yeah.
I should be able to see your pussy lips. Why did nobody wear shorts? Genuinely.
I'm sure Corey would have.
That's right. Yeah. She would have been
Corey would have had her ass out.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think Crystal would have too.
They are down to her knees.
They're down to her knees. Yeah. It's just the colors, and it's so bulky. I'm just not crazy about it. But
grease.
It's going to get a grease, but I don't like it. You know what I would have liked to see? Because I think I just don't like this category. But I would have liked to have seen somebody recreate Raven's country look, her little country runway with the Daisy Duke shorts. Come on.
That would have been a good one. That would have been a really good one.
All right. Moving on to Lydia Butthole Collins.
Oh, Lydia Antinta.
What did you think about this, Joshita?
Oh my gosh. Another surprising performance of the night. sometimes you just have a queen who is just like doesn't really know that they're perfectly cut out to do something, and like they just go up and do it and it happens. And I think this is one of those like examples. Like the energy that she had was perfect and all of the jokes rolled out. It was joke after joke after joke. And I was so proud of her. And she had a lot of really good memorable jokes. Like Candy was raised a moron. Like
That was so good.
LOL. Edith Piaf stuck in a 24-year-old twink's body. What? And obviously like the jizz joke. Like there were so many good fucking moments. And I was cracking the fuck up even watching it the second time again. I will say this was my favorite one, and it was, in my opinion, the best one. I just don't know if it's a Slayana. I think it's top of All Right Mama.
We kind of got a glimpse of her humor in the Snatch Game where she didn't place in the top, but we were like, she was pretty damn funny in the Snatch Game.
Yes.
And then I think this is where she really nailed it, where she was ready. She knew that she could do pretty well from the Snatch Game. And she was just like, I am going to just go for it. And she kind of hit it out of the park. I agree that it wasn't a full-blown Slayana. I don't think anybody gave us fully Slayana energy tonight, but I will say I think that Lydia is maybe the top of All Right Mama. Lydia is so quirky. For real. She is a different type of gal. Whoa.
She's very like puppy dog. She's becoming everybody's kind of sentimental favorite at this point. I feel like people are really, really warming up to her, me included. I'm really enjoying everybody a lot more as the season goes on.
All right, and then Lydia's short shorts look.
I get it. I just don't know if it's executed to the point that I would like it. I wish that like Corey, that Lydia could go all the way in one direction and like pick one and go that direction. Like I feel like this could be a gross, scary look.
Yeah.
And still be fashion, but I don't think she's willing to take it that far on the Drag Race stage. So I just wish she would commit to one end of it, but it's creative. I'm not gonna gross it. I'll give it a light grease.
This does look really similar to her Betsy. The headpiece with the hair, especially. It's like the hair's.
She's a fan of that.
Yeah, it's very, very similar. And the shorts don't look like shorts at all.
No.
And they also don't really look like skin. Like it's supposed to kind of look like skin, but it's like rouged. I don't know. So it's trying to give us like an Ed Gein moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But do you remember Gottmik's look where there was like unzipped in the front and it was like a velvet like musculature underneath it? Like this is a baby's first attempt at that. You know what I mean? And I think it could have gone much more glamorous in that direction, or like you're saying, it could have been like much more spooky yuki as well. So it was just a little bit off. I do like this concept, and I just think with a little bit of editing, it could have been actually fierce. So, baby grease. All right, Suzanne Tudis.
Suzanne Tudis, that wig is fucking ugly. Take it off. Take off that shit kicker wig in my presence. This was weirdly not funny to me. Maybe it was like her delivery paired with her being like, oh, I'm like too smart. Like, please shut the fuck up. A couple of memorable ones. The beating a dead horse one.
Yep.
About Raven's job description, and then the dumb ugly slut with no friends, which
that would just be beating a dead horse, which, funny enough, is Raven's job description.
Was probably my favorite one of her entire roast.
Crazy.
Which speaks a lot to my type of humor.
Evil, rotted bitch.
Evil, rotted bitch, dumb, ugly slut, no friends. Yeah. Oh my God. You did not catch that. I literally just watched both of them this last weekend.
Wow. You can't sneak shit like that past Grumps.
I hate you for that. I would put it in
But is it
like funny
fashion?
perfection.
Susanna Tutenstein, I do love.
Susanna Tutenstein.
Susanna Tutenstein. Oh, Susanna Tutenstein. Why do we do this with her? I don't know. Susie was like weirdly not in this episode. So they were like, you know, like talking her up, and then it was just like she dropped off the face of the fucking earth. And I was like, I wonder what her set is going to be like. It was very middle of the pack for me. I agree. Something was like a little bit off about the delivery. You know, when like someone will make a joke and they'll just be like, you know, it was like that kind of like weird straight man humor with the delivery. It was very like a Griffin McElroy type. It just it missed a little bit, but she did have some funny jokes.
Yeah.
The makeup and the wig, and the no necklace is a choice too with this kind of dress. Like, anyway, I had her in, but is it fashion?
Theaters. What kind of juice are you drinking? This is a big old fucking juice over there.
It's a mango. You know the naked mango juice? It's good shit.
Naked mango. Naked boobs.
And naked boobs. Can we talk about Susie's fucking runway outfit? I'm sick of it.
I will. I hated this. Truly. I did not like this one bit. The makeup was really bad.
What
So
was
it's like a
wrong
little
with the
boy.
makeup? Like, what happened?
It's a cerebral kind of look.
I don't
It's
know.
like
She went back.
chalky.
Yeah, it's very like pale, ghosty. Maybe she was going for like, Victorian orphan, but I didn't like this. I am gonna nooch it.
She should do
I gotta
drag
say-
for librarians. That is fucked up. I don't even know what that means, but it seems so rude. I love it. This coming off of Anya being like, cerebral, you're too cerebral, like whatever, was just like the icing on the cake, right? Like she does this whole set that's like kind of whatever, and then she comes out in this weird like princeling,
I know.
look with those white pumps with it are just ugh, and the makeup is rotted with this like weed whacked hairline far back as hell. I'm just like sick of it. Yeah, it's a costume.
Far back as hell.
Weed whacked. And the thing is that it's like it's predictable for her too. It's like she's gonna come out in some sort of historical reference, and I'm over it.
Very ugly.
It's very ugly. I did also like that it said fruity on the back. But honestly, it would have been way funnier as if it said juicy. I'm gonna be honest. If that said juicy, like in the Juicy Couture font,
yes,
that would have been funny as fuck. And these also are not fucking short shorts. Ugh. Nooch. Closing out the show is Lexi Love.
Oh, this was hilarious because like as she's passing to go up to the fucking stage, she gets the dumb ugly slut with no friends read from Suzanne, and it sends her into a mental fucking tailspin.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my god, nobody wants to be my friend. Like, what's going on? Did I push everybody away?
Oh fuck, did I turn everybody away from me?
You're just now thinking that? The whole set seemed a little bit frantic.
Yeah, frantic is a good word for it.
Yeah, she was kind of lightly panicking the whole time. She managed to kind of hold it together, though it wasn't really funny. I think it was a pretty mid performance. I would put this like in cut your wigs up, I think.
I really hope that at some point Lexi can get out of her own head, because her jokes that she was reading in the workshop were actually pretty funny. And then her jokes here too, like with a better delivery, it could have been pretty funny again. And she even riffed a bit with Mistress, like when she said Mistress Isabella, and she's like, it's Isabella. And she said, oh, I'm always sneaking in letters like you're sneaking in carbs. That was good. Like
Yeah.
she did a little bit of riffing, and none of the not a lot of the other girls brought that to their set too. So we know that she has kind of like the bones of a good comedy, but she just, I mean, Susie put a hex on her,
By
unfortunately.
saying 6 words or whatever. Right?
For
It was
sure.
Like, wow,
Like that was
didn't take
crazy.
much.
So I also had her in Cut Your Wigs Up. This is the same thing that she did with the Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, I mean, it was. But at least she's wearing some short shorts. Like, at least I'm seeing some cheek.
Yeah. I love this look. I hate the wig, though. Why does she keep doing that?
She always has the kind of, like, used to be wet hair wigs, is what it looks like.
I want to see something huge. Or, like, I don't know. I want to see some different...
She was literally just wearing this, Josh.
Yeah, well, that was... I didn't like that one.
This was probably my favorite look of the night because it's actually short shorts. The booty cheeks look great. You know, she's greased it all up. She's got glitter all over her booty. She looks really good. The like addition of the shorty booty short cape, it's really cute. And the shoes and all the stones, I think she looks amazing. I agree about the wig being a little bit like, but definite Grease, my favorite look of the night. This week, our tops are Sam Starr, Lydia Butthole Collins for the first time, and Lana Jarrett also for the first time.
Who would have thunk?
I know.
Who would have thunk? I really think that Lana's runway took her out of it.
100% I agree. I think she probably would have won if not for the runway.
Yes, and Sam definitely deserved her top placement, I think.
Yeah, I was like, is Sam going to get another win? Like, I was fully ready for Sam to get another win because I do think that her runway was the best out of the 3. And I personally liked her set the most for the comedy challenge. So I was kind of like, damn, Sam is really going to win another fucking episode, which would have been sickening.
I personally really did enjoy Lydia's more than I did like Sam's. And I think they also shortened Sam's a lot to make Lydia's look a little bit better. But yeah, fucking Butthole fucking pulled out a Hail Mary exactly when she needed to and won the challenge. And like, you could tell when Rue announced, because Rue was like, Butthole. Congratulations. And I was like,
she didn't even say her real name. She just said Butthole.
No.
Butthole, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's challenge.
I am super happy for Lydia. And I think it's like, you know, it's a nice poetic storyline as well, that she was in the bottom last week and it was, you know, difficult to send her boo home. And then she turned right around and killed this challenge that she wasn't necessarily expecting to do well in. I thought this episode, it was really cool to see both Lydia and Lana do so well in a challenge that we did not necessarily think that they were going to do well in.
I never would have guessed that.
Especially Lana, I never would have guessed. So that was really cool. That was really rewarding. And as much as I liked, I mean, of course I like all of the drama happening between Jules and Arietti and Lexi. It was also nice to have an actual storyline that wasn't just about the drama, because it was a little bit like, it was a lot.
It is a lot.
Did you watch Untucked this week or no?
No, I haven't watched it at all.
It was crazy. Untucked was crazy.
I have seen little bits here and there, like online, and all it has done is just solidify my love for Anya and that I want her to win.
Yeah, Anya was like the only person defending Jules, and Jules never brought up the stolen jokes.
Yeah, like, what a queen. Bitch, what a queen.
My ass would have been like, judges?
Judges,
took my
I have
jokes.
something to say.
The bottom is Arietti, Jules Sparkles, and Lexi. Lexi is safe, leaving.
Rigged.
Right.
That is such bullshit.
So we have...
Jules did not need to be in the bottom.
Yeah, I think they just wanted that fight after everything in the whole episode. But you should be excited about the lip sync song.
Yeah, this was, oh my God. This was like literally probably top 3 best songs on this album. And I was really excited. I never want Anya to be in the bottom, but I was like, bitch, put Anya on the stage because this would have been such a better lip sync with somebody with some better rhythm, like
Yeah.
literally. But so I think Ariadne looked fucking crazed. I think Ariadne looked weird
Desperate.
and desperate, and that specific clip right there of her
I
sticking her
put that
fucking
in.
tongue out. I absolutely hate this. She looks wild. I hate her. I couldn't stand it. It was just too much all at once. And like literally Jules never should have been in the bottom ever.
Ever.
It was just so we could finally send your dumbass home.
Yeah, I think that Ariadne gave us a better show than the last time that she was in the bottom.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
I'm just not a fan of her. I've just been sitting here spinning this. I'm not a fan of her style of dancing, really. And she just looked desperate the whole time. And I think Jules won the lip sync once, like as soon as she kicked Ariadne's headpiece off the stage.
Yes,
It was
that
great.
was so good. It
I
was so
actually,
good.
you know what? I saw on Reddit that Jules fell. She like slipped twice in
I did
this.
too.
But I, even watching it back a second time, I didn't even notice it. So I'm gonna
I
have
didn't
to
notice
like
it the second time at all.
fully dissect this at some point. But
Mm.
Jules wins lip sync, and Ariadne is the next queen to sashay away from season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, and her like whole leaving mirror montage
Oh
was
my
like
God.
it was very weird. It was
It
like
was
unsettling
scary.
and like aggressive and like are you like mental illness is real.
True.
Like sure thing. And then it's good that she went home, bitch, because next week is another acting challenge.
Yeah, which like, where is the makeover episode? Where are the girl groups? Like, what's happening?
I feel like we're not gonna get girl groups for some reason.
I am gonna freak the fuck out.
Because we have how many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 7 left.
Okay,
You got a golden ticket
Joshita.
for your mug.
Do you have anything else to say? Speak now or forever hold your grease.
No, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm a very simple woman.
Simple kind of man.
Oh my God, I can't even with that shit.
All right. Well, we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.